Hello my dear Virgo, this is your love and spirituality reading for the mid-month of July 2018 with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. You can see the order I read in for the signs at the community section of my channel. I read for the signs in order of most liked videos, so don't forget to hit the thumbs up button for your sign. And thank you all for liking, watching, commenting and subscribing to my channel. I'm so grateful for all of your appreciation. The reading can go both ways. The message is for the people who watch it. So if you cross-watch for another sign and recognize yourself as the main person in the reading, just trust your own intuition and you will get the message you need. For this reading, I used Osho Zen Tarot by Deva Padma. I have been using it since 1995, and many of you have asked how I have learned to read tarot in the way I do, and this deck has been my main source of inspiration. It is working with the wisdom of Zen and can be used together with cards with Zen stories to get an even deeper knowledge of your situation. I'll make a shorter 5-card spread for you to make it more digestible. And now I will start to shuffle your cards. Okay, so my dear Virgo, when I open the deck here, I see 6 compromises and 9 of Cups in the reversed laziness. So 6 compromises is talking about balance in relationships, that we might need to compromise, but we shouldn't compromise in the way that everyone ends up unhappy. Okay, sometimes it's just like we don't belong together, so we can't compromise ourselves to become someone else. We shouldn't like make this pinky swear and then have to betray ourselves the rest of our lives. And laziness, 9 of Cups. 9 of Cups is the wish card, and when it's in reversed, it's like you are settling for less, or you are tempted to settle for less than what you actually desire. It might be you feel modesty and you don't want to kind of push for your true dreams and desires and needs, but it can also be that that you feel like you will lose something if you are really authentic with your true wants and needs. Okay, so I call the divine with love and light, and here we have past life card with the 9 of Cups in the upright position. So past lives, it's moon, it's the number 18 moon. So it seems like things from your old patterns and maybe karma and things that have been hidden in your subconscious is coming up. So it might be that before you could endure and be in situations where you needed to compromise yourself, but now something is stirring in the deep waters of yourself, and you're getting to know yourself better and better, maybe through some drama or some like it can be very sad or depressive feelings. It can also be that you are starting to see through people's lies, like how they have tried to deceive you, maybe to stay, how they have compromised with also their truth to keep you in their lives. So it's like there's things being revealed here, things that maybe you didn't know, or people didn't want to reveal to you, or you didn't know about yourself. So you're getting to know yourself much better, and with that you can also start to create the future you want for real, from a more stable point of view, when you truly know who you are and what kind of situation you want to feel content. Because we can try to tame the emotions inside of us and like put a lid on and sit on top of it and say, no, I'm so fine, there's nothing wrong, and I'm so happy. But really we aren't. We can see the cracks here in this. So there's things, it's deeper things that you need. You have deeper needs than what the current situation is actually bringing you. So you need to keep on searching, both inside for answers, but also looking on what kind of situations, like outside situation, that makes you happy or make you sad or make you feel unbalanced. Is it certain people in your life that makes you feel in a certain way, or are it's just you acting the same but in this feeling the same but in certain circumstances. So what's triggering you to fall out of balance and what's getting you back into balance. You need to start looking, okay, on this. So I call the 4 archangels in the 4 corners of the world, and here we see success in reversed and 9 of cups in reversed. So it's like you have a little bit of a bad self-esteem in this situation. You don't believe in yourself and you don't fully trust yourself. You think that maybe you are greedy or asking for too much, or maybe you just crave attention, or can be things like this. You are questioning your own needs. You are thinking that they might not be worthy, or they might not be divine. Maybe you feel that it's your ego, but really you need to accept what you are feeling. When we accept what we are feeling, the feelings will reveal more to us, so we can open up and get to know ourselves for real. So maybe the first layer isn't true and the next layer isn't true, but somewhere deep inside you will find the real truth. For example, we can be very scared of happy situations because we are scared of losing those happy situations. Doesn't mean that we don't want them. It just means that we need to go to the bottom of the fear of losing things, and learning to that we don't always have control. And yes, courage is needed. Like this is 8 of it's the strength card, and here you have the King of Wands. So some of you might be dealing with the Leo or the Leo aspect within you, that maybe you feel that you shouldn't sit on your high horse and tell people that they should change, or they need to be in some other way if they should be with you. So you're feeling conflicted with this, but so you need to use your consciousness. You need to be more awake and just see what's out there, because it's almost like you're getting a little bit too humble, and therefore you can't be really strong in this situation. Okay, so I call the 6 elements: earth, wind, fire, water, jumper. Yes, 6 compromise. Okay, and this time together with postponement. Okay, so I'm getting a song that has come from some of my personal private client, and it's this: what are you waiting for? Postponement here. So while you are compromising yourself and leaving half of you out in the cold, you are postponing your life. You are betraying your own true life force with this. It's rather obvious that you need to stop compromising yourself and need to, strive towards higher form and shapes of love, of creativity, of fulfilling your life mission, things like this. Don't settle, okay? So, where were I? Yes. Give us a clear view reading for my dear Virgo viewers. I want my dear Virgos to have love in their lives and to find themselves, in a sense. It's the Sun card, so it's also with Leo. Some of you might be dealing with a Leo as well. But the important thing is to see the truth here and not backing away. It's like, what I'm feeling with you here, it's like you have painted this beautiful picture here. You have done this, but someone comes and say, oh, this is beautiful. And you say, no, that piece of crap. So it's some kind of false modesty, but it's not really that either. It's deeper than that. It's like you have this false modesty inside of you. So you can't even believe yourself that you are right or entitled that you are worthy of happiness. You think that you need to settle. It's very good to be in gratitude for whatever you have and be content. It's not that. But life wants to expand. Life wants to explore. And also your life wants this. All life is striving towards the light. You can see this with plants, for example, striving towards this light, the sun, and you do so too. So you can be content, you can be grateful, but don't stop your own life force. Don't say you should be content and stay. If you were a plant and you were growing inside a dark box, and the plant inside of there says, no, I can't reach to the light. I need to be content and in gratitude for where I am. Even am I growing inside this box, and I will probably die soon, but I'm grateful. So if life would act like this, we would all be dead. Okay, it's not. So it's going to continue to strive towards the light, and so are you. Oh, past lives. Past lives. Okay, so there's a karmic burden on you. Maybe things have happened, you have gotten consequences when you wanted to strive for happiness. I can imagine this happening a lot, because we have had very strong rules, social rules and regulations for human beings on earth. So you are not supposed to go after the person you really loved. You would should stay with the person that your parents have chosen for you, and you couldn't be curious about any one thing. You needed to be in a certain, like, they wanted to place you like women. This is things that women do. This is things that men do. This is things that rich people do. This is things that poor people do. And there was like these departments, and you couldn't go from one like one box to the other. So people have been stopped from being their true self, and this is something that you now need to digest. The fear of going outside the box, outside your frame, outside your world view, and actually entering the stream of life. Okay, life force, prana. You want to use it to get yourself to the light. So I also want you to have creative success and to be able to walk on your highest path towards your highest destiny. Experience. Yes, you are here to experience. So even if you are in a society with very hard regulations and things are allowed or not allowed, you are still supposed to go towards the light. If you are punished until death, it doesn't really matter that much. We all are coming from earth and will return to earth, but the energy field, you can see this, your soul is eternal, so it doesn't really matter. What matters is expansion. It's being here and experience new things. It's learning more, getting more wisdom, having a lot of different experiences, so that your soul will expand in glorious in a glorious way. And so we shouldn't be so afraid to shine our true light, no matter what the consequences. That's, I'm thinking, what the cards wants to say to you. No matter the consequences, continue trying to strive outside your box. Don't stay there. Don't just let like society or social conventions or your own limitations hold you back in darkness. Okay, so my dear Virgo, I will just tune in to you and this reading for a few seconds. Okay, so my dear Virgos, this is your reading here. And this is you, and this is your past, and this is your future. This is the past of your circumstance, like the situation you're in. Can also be an outside force, like a partner, friend, family, or the divine, but it's in relationship to you and your efforts. And here is the future of that situation or person or circumstance or energy. So this you, and we have suppression here. It's the Ten of Wands in the reversed. So Ten of Wands is it's kind of a firestorm, and here we can see it's a person. It's almost like he's inside a volcano, and he is the fire in this volcano, all entangled in ropes. And all these ropes are different ways where you are holding yourself back by social convention or fear of consequences, or just plain fear, or just plain fear of being like outside your comfort zone. And here is the thoughts, like the heavy thinking that suppress the natural expression from this volcano. So when it's in reversed, it's like you're ready to let this go now. You have come to the the brink where the volcano might explode anyway. So you're going to face the consequences because your body can't contain this energy anymore. It's like it has, the life force wanted to go somewhere and you have said no, 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 no. And now it has built up such a pressure underneath here that it will become a volcano, okay? So you won't be able to stay even if you want to in this situation or in this habit of yours that your soul wants to move away from. Even if you would do whatever you could to be able to stay in it, it's like your body might take over and say things and do things because the volcano is erupting. So the natural forces are not longer able to be stopped by your mind. So that's kind of good, okay? And here is the past. And we have participation. So why you are suppressing yourself is because you want to be loved and you want to have your partnerships, your job, your house, your family, your friends. You want to have all this intact and you wanted harmony. So you have kind of hold yourself back and try to restrain you so that you wouldn't do anything to jeopardize this, what you had, this valuable thing. And that's the whole reason to why you have been not trusting yourself, is because you think that you are maybe bad or that people wouldn't love you if you show them who you really are. But this participation is also a foundation that you have built for yourself. It doesn't have to always be like outside circumstances. It can be inside yourself, that there's forces inside yourself. The different archetypes inside yourself are starting to cooperate, and that is probably what ignites this volcano. Because the more you start to trust yourself, the stronger life force you get, and the more pressure on this, what binds, what's kind of holds you back, and that's probably you yourself that holds yourself back. But with you, all your different archetypes coming together and wanting the same thing, you trust your natural instincts, you love yourself, you accept yourself, you know that you always try your best, then all the forces inside of you starts to align, and also align with the universe, like the universal prana or energy, and you will be so much stronger. So you will break free from your old patterns. It's just like a lava flood here. So it's going to burst, okay? And here we have clinging to the past with 5 of Cups. So the reasons to why you thought that you were not worthy was because of past disappointment. You have learned from experience that if you do certain things, people will leave you, or they will not like you, or they will become disappointed on you, or they don't want to be with you anymore. So you have learned to hold these things back, but now it's like this is not an issue anymore, because there's so many people waking up right now, and when you're waking up together with other people. In this situation, you actually have a chance to leave the old behind and step into something totally new, okay? It's not just one out of 10,000 people that's waking up right now. It's much more than that. With this, before, maybe if we broke free from conformity or social conventions, we became an outcast, and maybe we weren't able to sustain ourselves. Maybe we died outside in poverty, okay? But now the world is becoming different. So this life force that wants to go outside social conventions is actually surviving and multiplying. And so the old pain here, the 5 is in the reversed, saying that you're about to digest your old pain and no longer be bound by it, no longer be pressed down by it. So that's very good. So it's going to still hurt probably in those situations, but less and less, because more and more you are going to trust yourself and that you're actually on the right way, following your natural instincts. Nature is so much more wiser than your human brain. So And here we have the past of your circumstance or situation, and it's the Fool in the reverse. So you might be dealing with a person or in a situation where people have very little courage. Okay, they are not courageous. They are afraid. They don't want to make the jump. They are standing on the edge of the cliff and saying, no, don't even look down. It's people that kind of don't trust life. They don't follow their natural instincts. They are afraid and controlled. And it can also be like a person not having enough experience and therefore becoming very afraid to go outside their comfort zone or do something heroic or brave. So it feels like you might be dealing with some immature energy that maybe has a hard time to make the jump together with you. Okay, someone that might want to keep being stuck in the old. They don't want to go into this new with you, or you're going to have to persuade them in some way, because it's like they are scared of the unknown and not particularly brave. And this is the Future, and we have slowing down. So some of you might be dealing with Taurus or Aries here. Taurus, Aries. We have also a strong Sagittarius and fire energy here. A little water there also. But this is Taurus, usually might be Capricorn or another Virgo as well. So it's like your energy is, it's like you have held back for the sake of others, so that they will be able to keep up with you. It's like you are much faster than the rest of your group, and you are on the brink of outrunning them here. And maybe you are not supposed to wait. Maybe you need to continue on your journey, and the people that can have your pace will keep your pace, and the ones that can't will unfortunately be left in this backwater. So, and that might be a disappointment for you, but a disappointment that you can bear, because this life energy is so strong. You will know that you have to let them go. If a person is constantly like putting their heels down and you're dragging them with you, and eventually when your speed increases here, you will let them go like this. But I'm not saying that it's over. I'm just saying that these people are a little bit slower, but maybe there will be a way around this. Maybe the divine will do something to make things happen with you anyway. This might be a job, for example, it's not ready and they are not employing just yet. It might be a partner that's afraid to take, like they don't say what they want or what they don't want, because they are also scared of the consequences and they want to take things slow. Maybe they are like a shy person, or a person that's not so brave going out in the world and outside a comfort zone. And you are about to break free of every comfort zones here, because you're not held back by disappointment anymore or heartbreak, because this strong energy is pushing you and pushing you and pushing you. So it would hurt more to hold it back than to follow with it and take the consequences. So it doesn't feel like I don't feel a threat here. I just feel that maybe they will be too slow, but I don't feel like it feels like a positive energy, but it might not be able to keep up your pace. Okay, so I'll read the suppression card for you here, the central card of the reading that kind of sets the tone for this reading. And remember that it's in reverse, so you're about to break free from this, what I'm going to read for you. So the figure on this card is quite literally all tied up in knots. His light still shines within, but he has repressed his own vitality, trying to meet so many demands and expectations. He has given up all his own power and vision in return for being accepted by the very same forces that have imprisoned him. The danger of suppressing one's natural energy in this way is apparent in the cracks of a volcanic eruption about to take place around the edges of the image. The real message of this card is to find a healing outlet for this potential explosion. It is essential to find a way to release whatever tension and stresses might be building up inside you right now. beat on a pillow, jump up and down, go out in the wilderness and scream at the empty sky. Anything to shake up your energy and allow it to circulate freely. Don't wait for a catastrophe to happen. Don't wait for a catastrophe to happen. It kind of ties to this song also. What are you waiting for? In Sanskrit, the name is Alaya Vigyan, the house where you go on throwing things into the basement that you want to do, but you cannot because of social conditions, culture, civilization, but they go on collecting there and they affect your actions, your life very indirectly. Directly, they cannot face you. You have forced them into darkness, but from the dark side, they go on influencing your behavior. They are dangerous. It is dangerous to keep all those inhibitions inside of you. It's possible that these are the things that come to a climax when a person goes insane. Insanity is nothing but all those suppressions coming to a point where you cannot control them anymore. But madness is acceptable, while meditation is not. And meditation is the only way to make you absolutely sane. Connect with your natural instincts, ask them what they want, and make a list and start doing that list before the volcanic eruption. Don't wait for approval from other people. Just do it. You're not allowed to hurt anyone else or to lay your crap in their way, but you are allowed to do things that's great for you, but that people might not want you to do for some reason. Okay. It might, the most obvious that we can find, for example, in movies is like two people being, for example, married, but the marriage is not that great and they're falling in love with someone else and they don't want to leave their previous situation because they have had a long history together and they do love each other, but this new love is calling. So this is a very difficult situation and there's no right or wrong in this situation, but what is that there's a strong attraction between these two people and you need to at least discuss it, okay? Talk and also maybe reveal it for the person that you're married to, so that the thing can be sorted out, because it might be problems with the marriage. You can say, I have fallen in love with another person. I didn't want to, but I did. And then you can start to discuss your marriage, and maybe there's things that needs to be better for both people to thrive in this marriage. And there's no need for a breakup. Or maybe this was your soulmate. You just didn't meet them before you got married and now you need to go to them. It can be very different, but we at least need to acknowledge the thing and not keep it hidden, because when it's hidden, it will destroy your life. It will destroy your life force. It will destroy your happiness, and the other person knows anyway. They just go around, feel betrayed and don't know why. So I'm not saying that it's just an example, like we can see in, yes, often happening. So collaborative dreaming, beautiful. So 28. For this is Sacred Rebels, Oracles with Elena Fairchild, if I forgot to say that. Your heart is big enough to dream not only for yourself, but for a new humanity. Imagine a world that is healed with respect, understanding, and with community that fosters life. Even your dreams that relate to you alone will contribute positively to the greater good, because that is the nature of your heart. Your heart naturally and intelligently cooperates in a grand scheme of loving creativity, working to heal the hearts of the world. The heart creates win-win situations that benefit the individual and the collective. You are being asked to honor your growing desire to co-create with conscious, like-minded people. Your collaborative dreaming is heart-inspired win-win, bringing mutual enhancement to yourself and others. The heart wants to love and be loved. Working with others creatively is a way to allow the heart to grow. It is a chance for you to learn how to honor yourself and others and to find ways to live and let live, simply by growing and strengthening your active trust in your own heart's guidance and desire, might I add. You're asked to bear the rough patches that can happen when you work creatively with others. Ideas might clash and there can be friction, particularly if you have different ways of working. Sometimes big dreams needs more fire to ignite them into reality. More fire might require more friction along the creative path. It is not meant to be permanent condition, just an aspect of the creative process from which you can learn something useful if you wish. Your guidance is to embrace any experience of friction or tension within yourself or as you work with another with compassion, detachment, and tolerance. So if you have like some kind of disagreement, disagreement that might have been underneath surface for a long time, if you actually go into that disagreement and try to sort it out, even if it doesn't go well, to just get it out there might start, the other person also to think in new ways, and eventually they will come to a place where they can meet up with you and catch up with you. But if you never tell them the wondrous ways of how your life wants to expand, or how your brain is working, or what you are longing for, they don't know you, and you will grow further apart. And when you tell them exactly how it is, you give them a chance to actually be able to keep up with you. Okay, so my dear Virgos, if you want, you can visit my webpage, www.queenofcupstarot.se. I also want to welcome you back to my August reading that I will perform in the mid-month of July. So I want you to take really good care, and hope to see you again in the middle of July. Okay, bye-bye.